I shepherd, I shall not want him make it I like down in a green pasture. Him leadeth I beside still water them. Him restoreth I soul. Him leadeth I in the path of righteousness for him name's sake. Yea! Though I rasta, I will walk through the valley of the shadow of death. I can't fear no evil. For thy rod and thy staff them comforted I and I. Uno prepare a table before I. In the presence of our enemy them. Uno anointed I head with uno oil. My cup runneth over. Surely, goodness and mercy, I go follow I, all the days of I life, may I go dwell in the house of my Lord God, Jah, can my way grow my way. Mau so bolisa, mau ga so bolisa, I don't know what to, it was simple for. Jack pata bed of you, monye kuo, abeno heavy, magba fumato. Our time you moe. Oh, you all adon. No koye jeme. No koye jeme. Oh, you all adon. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, where we speak truth to power. Now here we don't criticize, but if we must, it would only be on one condition, to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. Again, here we are not neutral, never claim to be, because we are not. We have taken sides, the side of the truth. And my name, Black Rasta. Now in every traditional African home there is a black pot, and each time this black pot sits on the fire, there is something super sumptuous cooking. Ingredients of so many different types, shapes and sizes, aromas and even flavors. Put aside all their differences and relocate into the black pot where they are subjected to some really good amount of heating. At the end of the day, they produce sumptuous food in all this palatability for the nourishment of the family in its whole entirety. That is what we literally do here. We pick up ideas from all walks of life, all and sundry, the rank and file of our people, right from the soles of their feet all the way to the crowns of their heads. And we subject these ideas to some strong forensic scrutiny, right after which we tease out the creme de la creme of all these ideas, and we use that for the development of our people, our continent, our land. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, where we speak truth to power. We are live on Facebook. We are also live on YouTube. You can also find us on Instagram. We are also on X. And of course, on TikTok. We keep ticking and talking with the gracious hands of patriotism. We must apologize for the late start of the show. It was due to technical difficulties. Please forgive us. We are live and colored and ready for action. This is the Black Pot. Please share the broadcast so many more people can be part of this. And we are reaching you live from the capital of Ghana, Accra. My brother, my sister, this is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, where we speak truth to power. Come here. Now, my brother, my sister, I am excited to be with you. Our numbers are scrolling on the screen. Pick up the numbers and do business with us. Maybe you have a story you want us to follow up on. We are more than just excited to do that. And beyond all this, please subscribe to the channel and hit on the notification bell so that each time we are on, you will be reminded to watch. This is the time to do that. At this point, I want to say thank you so much to our sponsors. Thanks so much to Tesori Doriente. Now, when we talk about Tesori Doriente, we are telling you to turn every single shower into a royal experience. Now, Tesoro d'Oriente is a shower gel extraordinaire. Pour a little bit of it in the middle of your palm and shake the bath water, and you will find a rich foam of ladder that nourishes your skin and keeps your skin glowing like the morning sun. And the fragrance is exquisite. Oh my God, it smells like heaven. It smells like Jannat. My brother, my sister, it is soft, smooth, silky, and the long-lasting oriental fragrance will continue to be on you 48 hours and beyond. Smell like heaven. Do you have an interview you want to attend? Maybe there's a new guy in town you need to impress. Maybe there's a new chick in the neighborhood, and you want to go and say hi. Tesoro d'Oriente is Italian technology coupled with African raw materials. And this marriage is giving you nothing but premium quality made very affordable. It comes in several different fragrances and not flavors. These are natural. And my personal favorite, the Forest Therapy, and also the Royal Oud. Maybe you would love the Ikigai, maybe the Karma, maybe the Persian Dream. My brother, my sister, the most important thing is to nourish your skin and keep it glowing. And that is the secret of my beautiful skin. It also repels insects and other such diseases of the skin. It is Tesoro d'Oriente, Italian technology coupled with African raw materials. It's proudly distributed in Ghana by Daddy Ash Limited. Please, for purchases and inquiries, call Daddy Ash on 0244 772599, and the numbers are on the screen. Thank you so much, Tesoro d'Oriente. We love you and we appreciate you. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushodemo, where we speak truth to power. We are also sponsored by the kind courtesy of Millennium Insurance. My brother, not every insurance is an assurance. It might pretend to be covering you like a plaster, but ultimately it's a disaster. That is why I tell you that your only trustworthy partner is Millennium Insurance. What kind of insurance are you looking for? Motor insurance policy? Get your comprehensive third party and beyond with Millennium Insurance. Are you traveling and you need travel insurance? Please speak with your trusted partner. Yes, your trustworthy partner, Millennium Insurance. Personal accident or group personal accidents, no problem. You need to be covered 24/7. Even disability and death, no problem. Visit our sales portal on sales.millenniuminsurancegh.com, and our numbers are on the screen. We have our offices dotted all over Ghana, from Kumasi to Boko, from Bolgatanga all the way to Pesingpe. We are live and current. Pick up the numbers and call us. In times of natural disasters, we are with you. Oh yes. Floods, tsunamis, volcanoes, and even more. We are ready for you. And when it comes to your claims, we don't ask too many questions because we know our clients. My brother, my sister, we are the champions when it comes to insuring you. Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner. Thank you so much, Millennium. We appreciate you, and that is my insurance cover. I don't go anywhere without Millennium Insurance. Thank you so much. We love you. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonamo, and here we speak truth to power. At this point, I want to also say thank you so much to Lemfi. Now listen, if you're sending money to Ghana from Canada or America, hey, if it's not Lemfi, don't send it. From Europe, the United Kingdom, hey, if it's not Lemfi, don't send it. Can I tell you why? Lemfi is African and doing a lot of development right here in Ghana and beyond. Oh Lord, as a first-time sender, please download the app from App Store, and that's Lemfi. And when you send $100 and even more, I give you $20 back. That is what is called the cash back. And if you send in euro, 100 euro and beyond, I give you 10 euros back. And if you send in British pound sterling, I give you 10 British pound sterling back when you send 100 pounds and even more. This is what is known as the cashback. And I'm doing this because you are using the referral code 1RASTA. That is the referral code, and that is what is right there on the screen. My brother, my sister, 1RASTA. 1RASTA. That is what it is, my brother, my sister. 1RASTA. And when it's 1RASTA, you know it is everything possible. This is the Blackport, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. And when we talk about Lemfi, no transfer fees at all. At the same time, my brother, my sister, we give you the most competitive rates. Lemfi, send money to Ghana, but not if it's not Lemfi. This is the Blackport, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. And I am excited to be here. Please, if you have not subscribed to the channel yet, hit on the subscription button and right after that on the bell so that each time we are on, you'll be notified. This is time now for action. And today we have 3 very important stories that I would like to share with you. If there's time, we would add a 4th story. My brother, my sister, it is hot and rough, and we have exclusives. Please share the broadcast so many more people can be part of this. If you are ready, I'm more than ready. Let's get ready to rumble. Story number 1. Watch this. All about Ken OFORI-ATTA'S release from ICE detention. Now the news is all over Ghana that Ken OFORI-ATTA'S has been released from ICE detention. My brother, my sister, in America, and many people are beginning to fret. Calls are being made all over the place. The newspapers are carrying it. The blogs are carrying it. The news portals are inundated with the story. Breaking. Ken OFORI-ATTA'S name no longer on U.S. ICE detainee list. And the story is hot. Ghanaians are beginning to fret. Many are beginning to say, is this man going to walk free? What is going to happen to this man? Why is his name no longer on the U.S. ICE detainee list? He's been there for more than 3 months. Why is it that all of a sudden he's been set free? My brother, my sister, and his lawyers have also written. They have posted a press release, and that is what is here. My brother, my sister, and you can see it right there. It says press release. It says on April 7, 2026, Ken OFORI-ATTA'S was released from ICE detention pursuant to judicial order. He is home with his family. Mr. OFORI-ATTA'S remains fully committed to use due process in defense of his rights as guaranteed under the Constitution and laws of the United States. He and his family remain thankful to God and all those who have offered prayers and support during this period, and is signed by Justice Kusi Minka Premo, Esquire, solicitor for Ken OFORI-ATTA'S, and it was released today. And our checks have proven that truly he's out of the detention camp. He's been there for 3 solid months. But what nobody is telling you is what we are about to tell you. Why is Ken OFORI-ATTA'S out of the detention camp? The Caroline detention camp. First and foremost, not many people know this face. But a lot of people also know him because of the alleged crimes he has meted out to the people of Ghana. This is Ken OFORI-ATTA'S. Can I tell you more? Run the dossier. Watch this. Come here. Now, Ken OFORI-ATTA'S is a prominent Ghanaian investment banker and politician who served as Minister for Finance and Economic Planning from 2017 to 2024. As of April 8, 2026, that's today, he has been released from U.S. immigration detention and is currently in the United States. Oh, yes. Now, following a judicial order, OFORI-ATTA'S was released from U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, and that is ICE custody on April 7, that's yesterday, 2026, after being held since January 2026 for allegedly overstaying his visa. He faces an extradition request, and this is the most important thing, from Ghanaian authorities, and was declared a fugitive of justice by Ghana's Office of the Special Prosecutor after financial misconduct allegations. Ken OFORI-ATTA'S. Flip. Now, this is not all about Ken OFORI-ATTA'S. His legal team has stated he is pursuing a permanent residency pathway in the United States due to concerns over the fairness of the legal process in Ghana. That is the most important thing right now. The extradition and the fact that he doesn't want to be extradited for fear of not getting justice in political interference. But what is his professional and business background? He is the co-founder of Databank Group, a premier Ghanaian investment banking firm where he served as executive chairman until his retirement in 2012. Before returning to Ghana in 1990, he worked at major investment firms such as Morgan Stanley and Salomon Brothers in New York. He was the first African to chair the joint World Bank IMF Development Committee between 2018 and 2024. This is Ken OFORI-ATTA'S. What is his educational background like? He holds a Bachelor of Arts in Economics from Columbia University since 1984. I was only 10 years old. And an MBA from Yale University in 1988. He is a member of the influential OFORI-ATTA'S family and is a cousin to former President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. And this is also very important if you are hearing about this man for the first time. He's married to Professor Angela Lamesdorf OFORI-ATTA'S, a clinical psychologist. Can we look at the stats? Watch this. He was born on the 7th of November, 1959 in Chebi, the eastern region of Ghana. The white man couldn't say Chebi, so he said Kibi. He was the finance minister, as you were told, between January 2017 and February 2024. He went to Achimota School, Columbia University, and Yale University. He is the first African Donaldson Fellow at the Yale University, award winner. This is Ken OFORI-ATTA'S. Ghanaians see him as the biggest fugitive right now, and they want to see him return home and face justice. It's believed that he's used his office, better still, misused his office to enrich himself and his family. For that matter, the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, alongside the Office of the Special Prosecutor, came together to ask for him to return to Ghana and face justice. This is Ken OFORI-ATTA'S. This is where the news is now. Ken OFORI-ATTA'S, come here. Now, Ken OFORI-ATTA'S, interestingly, was arrested in the United States after refusing to come to Ghana to face justice, which he claims is injustice, political interference, and witch hunting. His own uncle or cousin, the president of the republic, then Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, begged him to please come home, and that nobody would touch a hair of his head, and that Ghana is very, 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 very diplomatic and democratic. But he said no. Another cousin, Gabi Asari-Ochridakun, pleaded with this man to return home. And even before he left Ghana, he and Gabi were not on talking terms, loggerheads, because of some decisions he took as the Minister of Finance. He found his way into America, reunited with his son. His wife would go and visit him. And all of a sudden, when we started asking for him to return home to face justice, he started playing chess with us. What did he do? First, he said he was seeking treatment. And for that matter, he should be given some time. He will return in this month, in that month, in that month. And he failed in all until he was put on the certain red notice. Now the OSP had to return and pull him out of the same red notice because he had issued another date that he would come home to face justice. He was only buying time so that he could file properly for his American residency. His son filed on his behalf so that he will remain in America. He fooled the government of Ghana and was able to get enough time to deal with himself. But finally, the long arms of the law chased him when the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Dominic Akuritinga Ayini, the Stanford lawyer, the Zwarungu boy, decided to contact American authorities and ask for Ken OFORI-ATTA'S to return home. It looked like it worked. All of a sudden, he was arrested because he had overstayed his welcome in America. And they succeeded in locking him up at the Caroline Detention Center for 3 solid months. They had been trying to get him come out on bond, what you call bail. But the American authorities kept pussyfooting so that they would be sure of what they were doing. Well, yesterday, he was released and he went back home. Why was he released? I must say that when he was released, they put a ring around his leg. Now, this man has been humiliated beyond measure. First, he was locked up like a common criminal right there at the detention center. My brother, my sister, as if that was not enough. Now that he has been released on bond, they've put a certain ring around his leg. In case he attempts to run, this ring will start blowing an alarm. His passport has also been taken away from him. Can I tell you more? This is what we've been waiting for. Why did they release him? Come here. Now, his lawyers have been trying to get him out on bail. What in America they call on bond. What bond was posted? Now, this was what happened. Now, Ken OFORI-ATTA'S has been sick. Overly sick. We are told that he went into some seizures whilst right there inside the Caroline Detention Center. Doctors were called in there to look at him time after time, aside the routine checkups. This man fell ill over and over because he has missed his pizza. He has missed his American breakfast and lunch, his American-style dinner. My brother, my sister, he kept falling ill. And the court had to look at it and say, you know what? Once this man is fighting his case, let us release him on health grounds. Let him go out, take his passport, put a wire ring around his leg, and keep an eye on him. If he wants to die, this is not where he should die. He should rather die outside here, preferably in Ghana. We don't want that record. I can tell you on record that he is sick. We all know that he's suffering from cancer. The stage of cancer, I wouldn't be able to tell you even if I knew. But he is sick. And he has suffered in the detention camp several times. Ill health. Now, they have released him until the 27th of April. On the 27th of April, this is what is going to happen. He will return to court, and when he gets there, the judge will be sitting down there waiting for him. And you know, we've taken you through the judges and his lawyers. My brother, my sister, he will meet that judge who laughs only once a year, and that's at Christmas. He will laugh once the rest of the year. Screwface judge. My brother, my sister, Ken OFORI-ATTA'S would meet him. What this trial is all about is purely immigration. It's an ICE issue. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. ICE. They have not even gone into the extradition yet. But this is where Ghanaians should be excited. And you can only hear that here. When Ken returns on the 27th, the judge will decide whether to rearrest him and put him back into custody at ICE, getting ready to send him home, or they might just say, you know what? We have looked at your papers, looked at A, B, C, D, and we think that you can continue to stay in America. But the chances of saying this, only 10%. 90%, you have broken American law. Now, go home. But, my brother, this is where it even gets more interesting. The lawyers have always said that the American court is not holding him on because of any criminality. It has come out that it was because of the red flags that have been raised over and over by the office of the special prosecutor that triggered the alarm all over the world, that got ICE interested in holding him and bringing him. Have I made myself clear? Or should I explain it again? How did ICE arrest Ken OFORI-ATTA'S? The Attorney General made it clear that his office had a hand in it. Now we are hearing that the office of the special prosecutor, having put him on the red list, triggered a lot of attention on him. It's like a ring around your leg. Wherever you pass, it blows an alarm and it draws people's attention. So they realized that there was a red flag on this head. And then they went after him and brought him into custody. My brother, my sister, this is what their lawyers are saying. But what is the truth? Ken had up till about February to leave America, but he was working very hard to grab his American papers and stay in America as a resident. And his reason is that he's been witch hunted. But this is where Ken will have the biggest problem. Ken will go back to court on the extradition, and the judge will sit on it, a different judge, not this immigration judge. And his case is that he's been politically witch hunted. This is where Ken will end up coming to Ghana. You know why? And this is a long shot. The court certainly would ask him, you say you are being politically witch hunted. By who? It's the office of the special prosecutor that is asking you to come home on extradition to face justice. And this person in the office was appointed by your own party when you were in power, by your own cousin. How could this person be politically witch hunting you? He would have to answer that. Why is this same office not politically witch hunting your other cousins who are in Ghana? But you. There must be a special reason. Aside the fact that you are being politically witch hunted. And if Ken is not able to give that reason, what Ghanaians have been waiting for all this while will happen. They will bundle him, hook, line, and sinker, and throw him back to Ghana. And information reaching me is that his health has deteriorated very terribly. Our prayer is that he lives long enough till the 27th to return to court so that his fate will be decided immigration-wise. On the 27th, if he fails, he's coming to Ghana straight. Simple. Before even the extradition. But if he's able to scale it, which will be very hard, my brother, my sister, extradition will be waiting for him. And what I'm hearing right now is that the best way out might just be to tell the judge, you know what? I want to self-deport. And they will quickly put him in a plane nicely and ask him to come home without all those chains and all that around him. But if he goes through the trial on the 27th and he falls flat, he will come to Ghana in chains. I can't wait to see that. Chains, both leg and arms. I want the one around the neck. You know, there's a big one they put around the neck, and then you put your hands inside. And then those on the legs, so that as he's walking, we'll hear chime, 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 chime. Here comes the biggest fugitive who never wanted to come to Ghana, who told the whole world that Ghana is nothing but a politically negative environment charged with the electrons of political witch hunting. I can't wait for Ken to return. There are 2 landmines that are waiting for him. If he is skillful enough to skip one, the other one is not probable to skip it. I can't wait for the 27th. Your questions have been answered. Yes, he's out of the Caroline Detention Center. And the reason is that he is sick. He has relapsed a number of times. And his lawyers have already told us that he's suffering from cancer. What stage of cancer? A man like this, can I tell you something before I go? Should he die, they would like to bring him and bury him here in Ghana. If I am alive then, I will fight this corpse. I will become a terrorist and stop this corpse from coming to Ghana. Because when he was alive, he said that we were politically witch hunting him. What do we need a dead body for? Unless they want to bring him here and donate him to the vultures. And even with that, I wonder which Ghanaian vulture will be interested in eating that corpse. You are a disgrace. Look how much bad name you have given Ghana. The Ghana that you and your irresponsible cousin sat on for 8 solid years. and messed it up. Today, our payback is that we are a politically witch-hunting country. You cannot trust that you would have justice. To God be the glory. I can't wait to see him back here by force. It's the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo. And here we speak truth to power. Story number 2. Watch this. Exclusive. Raymond Archer's 600 million plus recovery exposed. Hey. And this is exclusive. You can only get it here. My brother, my sister, at the State of the Nation address, the President of the Republic of Ghana, the Bole boy, John Dramani Mahama, coming from a large family of about 19 children from one father. My brother, my sister, and playing on the streets of Bole, dreaming of a big future to be given to him by a father who was a minister in Kwame Nkrumah's government. He finally rose from an assemblyman all the way through a minister of state after being an MP, and all the way, my brother, my sister, into being the president of the republic. So he was supposed to give us a State of the Nation address. The drama that we saw, Alban Bagbin almost falling down and him running to clutch his wife and hold his wife so close to him as if to say, this is my missing rib. You have no right to go anywhere. Stay by me. This is John Dramani Mahama. He spoke. And when he spoke at the State of the Nation address, he said something that shocked Ghanaians. He said that the office of the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, occupied by the Zwarungu boy, the Stanford lawyer, Dr. Dominic Akuritinga Ayine, my brother, my sister, of Ayine Chambers, and some affiliates have been able to rake in and claw back over 600 million Ghana cedis from the office of Yoko, Economic and Organized Crime Office, headed by Capo de Tutti Capi, Capo Raymond Archer. And Ghanaians started to talk, especially enemies of the state. And of course, enemies of this guy. This is Raymond Archer. What did the president say at the State of the Nation address? Watch this.
Mr. Speaker, we've made progress through strengthening collaboration among law enforcement agencies, financial intelligence institutions, and prosecutors. These efforts have led to initiation of criminal proceedings and asset forfeiture proceedings against some individuals and entities implicated in financial crimes against the state. But yes, I agree with the sentiments of Ghanaians that we must press harder on this accelerator. As of December 2025, Yoko has recovered more than 600 million Ghana cedis. The office has investigated 462 cases, with 15 currently under prosecution. It has dismantled transnational car-jacking syndicates and has recovered 29 luxury vehicles that were stolen. Mr. Speaker, the government remains resolute that corruption will not be tolerated, regardless of status or political affiliation. The Attorney General's office will continue to use both criminal prosecution and non-conviction-based assets recovery mechanisms to ensure that stolen public resources are returned for national development.
Did you hear that? Raymond Archer's Iyoko has investigated over 400 cases. They are not sleeping. And 15 are presently before the courts. This was what he said. 600 million plus Ghana cedis clawed back from thieves and some other such people back into the coffers of the nation. And you heard the noise in Parliament. The opposition could not believe it because it's unprecedented. It never happened. Over 400 cases, 15 of them presently being prosecuted by Capo di Tutti Capi. And the office of Dominic Akuritinga Ayine, the Attorney General and Minister of Justice. Many people have asked, and today we have all the answers. Break it down. Even in Parliament, some detractors are asking. But I think that it is just okay to break it down. Once we have nothing to hide, just break it down. Tell us, who did you take this amount of money from? How did it amount to 600 million plus? We have never seen this. We will not believe it until we see it. We are all doubting Thomases. Today, we have the answers. We have seen this a long time ago. We're only restricted. Ask never to show it until at the right time. Today I've been given the green light that I can show it by the ancestors. Run it, my youth. This is it. It's very simple. Financial performance of the Economic and Organized Crime Office, Iyoko, on direct and indirect recovery for the period January 1, 2025 to December 31, 2025. Now, the following data highlights successful recoveries based on completed cases made by the office for the year 2025 across cases within its mandate. Money laundering, people who laundered money, we arrested them and seized the money. Tax fraud, those who should have paid 100 million. And because some political party was in power, probably protecting them, they were paying only 1 million. We have chased them and collected all the money back with interest. Fraud, all the fraudsters, the tricksters, and all those people, we have chased some of them. We have been successful in grabbing back money and some other such things for the state. Cybercrime, we followed up, took money. My brother, my sister, we all heard how they went out there, offshore, onshore, those accounts and all that. Iyoko chased them up with the help of the FBI and beyond, and picked up money that was supposed to be for Ghana and gave everything back to Ghana. Stealing. Those who just stole. They knew they were stealing, yet they went ahead and stole. Iyoko chased them, caught them, locked them up, and took the money back with interest. And organized crime, amongst others. Comparative analysis with preceding years, 2023 and 2024. Now, in 2025, the office recovered a total of, 637 million 882,692 and 69 pesos. So it's actually more than 600, as the president said. This represents a substantial increase of approximately 429% over the 2024 recovery. Did you hear that? 2024, before Raymond Archer and his boys took over, how much was recovered? This amount represents 429%. Unprecedentedly. The 2025 recoveries is also 335.9% increase of the 2023 recoveries, which stood at 146,335,371.98 pesos. The 2025 performance of the EOCO represents the largest recoveries since EOCO was established 16 years ago. The combined recoveries for 2023 and 2024 amounted to 228,878,357.95 pesos, which is less than half of the total recovered in 2025. Consequently, the 2025 recovery figure represents approximately 181.16% over the combined recoveries of the two preceding years. And watch this. 1.5 billion in frozen assets. Ghana cedis. EOCO has frozen. Aside recoveries in 2025, EOCO has carried out several investigations which are under several stages. In 2025 alone, EOCO froze assets valued at over 1.5 billion. Did you hear that? Billion. Comprising bank accounts, landed properties, vehicles, mobile money accounts, cryptocurrency wallets, among others. Hey, cryptocurrency accounts. And this is what you wanted to see, the breakdown. Yes, Miss Nanyan. What's it? Ochamia on Yim Kasan. What's it then? Wow, swoom. That's it. And we are leaving it long enough so you can screenshot it and use it. No tagging. Sini. Obey one day, Sini. Total recoveries from January to December. And that's it. Special Investigation Unit made this amount of money. Financial Crime Unit made this amount of money, direct and indirect, and all that. And when you come, look, they broke it down. Anti-money laundering unit, intelligence unit, surveillance and asset recovery unit, all the way Tema, Volta, OT region, Central, Eastern, Ashanti, Northern. The amount every region made in terms of recoveries, blown up here. Western region, Bono, blah, 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 blah. That is what it is. And the final amount is slapped there. This is it. Now the next thing is to be able to publish another list which will bring to you who stole what. Kwame Mensah we are we and ayako GA. Edinkra Ousu we are we and ayako GA. Tax amounts blah 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 blah. Because people deserve to know. And these things will all come out in no time. This is the breakdown you wanted. I don't know what the law says, about you punishing somebody and taking whatever they have taken from you. Sometimes the clause is that we would have a certain kind of deal. We won't publish your name, but bring the money with interest, and it's allowed. But we are going to publish another list, if we are allowed, of who stole what, how, and the amount, and publish everything like it's been broken down from region to region, how much the officers have picked up. The next thing to do is to watch out for the next budget and see if this amount represents in it. That is when you will say that, oh, they really said that they recovered this amount of money, and it's true, it's in the budget. And the money is going to be used for A, B, C, D, E, F. If it doesn't reflect in the budget, as in the gains, how much we've been able to make, because the budget will tell you how much the nation has and how much it has lost, and so on and so forth. You know it better than me. Let's watch out and see if it will show in there. In the interim, I want to say thank you so much to Iyoko for standing firm despite some pockets of critique. Critique is good sometimes, but detraction is where the problem is. You can critique as much as you want, but critique with facts. But when you critique and your aim is to detract for political gains, then you don't love the country. My brother, my sister, congratulations to Iyoko. Congratulations to the Republic of Ghana. And thanks so much. Today, when people hear Iyoko, they can't even sleep in their houses. When thieves hear Iyoko, they run away. Some time ago, Iyoko was a playground. Excuse my language. Today, when you hear Iyoko, you know that it's serious business, not business as usual. True? Today, when you hear Iyoko is investigating you, you start to wet your pants. Because there's a new sheriff in town. Capo, Dituti, Capi, Raymond Archer. Salute of patriotism. I love people who fight crime. I love people who love the country. If you fight crime, you are my friend. If you are a criminal, you cannot be my friend. That is why I love Raymond Archer. And thanks so much to the office of the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, headed by Dr. Dominic Akuritinga Ayene. And of course, his deputy, Dr. Seremsai. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonamo. And here we speak truth to power. When we return, we got more. Hey! Hey you! Wayo!
Sometimes you just need a moment for yourself, a moment to slow down, feel the water, and let the day fade. Tesori is more than just a shower. It's a moment of pure calm, smooth, creamy, and relaxing. With forest therapy, Persian dream, royal oud, thalassotherapy, ikigai, fior di loto, and karma, all in convenient 500 milliliter bottles. There's a Tesori scent to fit every mood, every moment, every kind of you. Feel the lather on your skin. Breathe in the aroma. Let stress melt away and just enjoy the calm. You don't just feel clean. You feel refreshed, confident, and yourself. Tesori d'Oriente. Luxury is a feeling. For bulk purchases, contact Daddy Ash Limited on 0244 772599.
Tesori d'Oriente.
Blackpot, Kuku Show.
It's the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, and here we speak truth to power. Please, if you have not as yet subscribed to the channel, do me a favor. Take 1 second. Hit on the subscription button. Right after that, you hit on the notification bell so that each time we are on, you will be reminded to watch. This is the Black Pot, and thanks so much to our sponsors. Oh yes, Tesori d'Oriente. Turn every single shower into a royal experience. And thanks so much to Millennium Insurance. Oh yes, your trustworthy partner. And of course, thank you so much to Lemfi. Remember that Lemfi is African and is doing a lot in Ghana in terms of development. No, absolutely no transfer fees. And you get the most competitive rates. Remember the referral code. 1 RASTA. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, where we speak truth to power. Story number 3. Watch this. At last, Abu TRICA'S mother and lawyer agree he is a fraudster. Where are those who are going around shouting, "Free Abu TRICA, free Abu TRICA, free Abu, free Abu, free Abu"? Whenever Abu TRICA, the master trickster, he is not a gangster, but many say he is a wangster. This boy called Abu TRICA, is he really a trickster? He's a Swedro boy. My brother, my sister, he rose to notoriety when he started throwing money on social media, telling people how wealthy he was. He drove cars that people like Elon Musk, who worked so hard for their money, drove. He drove cars that wealthy people drove. And on social media, he showed the money all over the place. And it's still a paradox to me. Why is it that most of the time, thieves, when they steal, they can't keep quiet and enjoy their stolen booty, but they want to show to the whole world how smart they have been stealing? I'm not saying Abu TRICA is a thief. All I'm saying is that the so-called game boys, why can't they get off social media? Or is part of their rise? Anytime they make the money, they want to come on social media and show how much money they have. And in no time, the eyes of different organizations that are anti-graft and anti-crime start to focus on them. And then their boys will come out and say, free this person, free that person, because we are idiots who don't know what we are about, right? It's sad. Abu TRICA was picked up right here in Accra, and we told you where he was arrested, specifically at what time, on which floor of the building, my brother, my sister, and even the room number. We gave it to you. First time, right here on this show. After Abu Trika was arrested, we told you the next person to be arrested, true or false. And many thought it was a joke. We don't joke here. We are not comedians. Nobody is Bob Okala here. Nobody is a DKB here. A few weeks later, Daniel Yusuf was captured. And when his mother granted an interview, even the father, they said the first time they heard that their son was going to be arrested was when they watched this show. So when we tell you, watch out, this is the next person, be careful. Better still, stay away from crime. Abu Trika built a whole mansion for himself, and he called it the Abu Trika Mansion. Right there inside Kwanzaa Krum. Yes, on the Liberty Junction. A lot of guys went to him. This is the house. Right now, the property is a what? Of Iyoko, blah, 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 blah. Nobody can enter that house. Can you see it? Yes. The property is a subject of Iyoko what? Investigation. Excuse me. This is the mansion. Kwanzaa Krum, Liberty Junction. Money that he allegedly stole from all men and women using AI images and videos and even more. And when he got the money, he didn't keep quiet. He was on social media, flaunting and flossing. In Jamaica, we call it flossing. King of floss. F-O-F-L-O-S-S. He did floss. My brother, my sister, FBI started watching this guy time after time for 2 solid years. And when FBI became sure that this was the guy behind all the stealing, so much money, they came down to Ghana and got their partners involved, Yoko and some other such anti-graft agencies. And the manhunt for Abu Trika started. In his heydays, musicians paid him visits. He hosted them and he threw parties for them. Shatawale was there. Medical, I'm told, was also there. And some other artists whose name we will keep till another time. Some I don't even know. Maybe they didn't know that this was what he was doing. For Shatta, he was seen in a video saying that, yeah, businessman. Businessman. Do you have that video? My brother, my sister. Businessman. In other words, he, Shatta, and Abu Trika, they are businessmen. What is the business? If he didn't know then, now he's been told that this was what Abu Trika was doing. But he still came out and said, free Abu. They will never have told us that we were doing fraud if they had given us jobs. A lot of you here, you have taken money from Abu before. Now he's been arrested and you are talking behind his back. That's what Shatta said, Shatawale, right there at Komwa. My brother, I am glad what Iyoko is doing. No amount of intimidation, No amount of fan base can stop the wheels of justice from grinding. This is the video. Abu Trika and Shatawale. Some of his friends told me that, oh, that was the first time he met him. Well, every thief that's arrested will tell you that this is the first time I'm stealing. If it's not true, tell me Blakk Rasta is not true. I'm not saying Abu Trika is a thief. No. I didn't say that. He's an alleged fraudster. Until we get there, and we'll get there soon. We will get there soon. Play back that video and play the voice so people would hear Shatta telling the whole world that he and Abu Trika are businessmen. So if the next time they come for the other businessman, the first businessman, Abu Trika, will go to the United States, as the courts have said. When they come back again and come for the business partner, would they be doing anything wrong? You said you are business partners, Abi. Watch this.
Businessman. Super. Yeah. Too stubborn. Stubborn. Businessman. Super. Yeah. Too stubborn. Stubborn. Businessman.
Yes, sir. Yes, man. Businessman. Dash it away. But many people have been demonstrating at the courts. From Swedro, we are told that they are bussed every now and then to the place to come and demonstrate. Again, it's in their civil rights to demonstrate. They come to the courts. Some of them lie on the floor. Some are begging. And that's where my problem is. Are they begging that the courts should be just in their decision, or they are begging that Abu Trika should be freed? By the placards they are holding, they are saying that Abu Trika hasn't done anything wrong. They should free him. But it's a paradox. When we see you begging, we are begging you, free Abu Trika. And then you show a placard saying that Abu Trika has done nothing wrong, free him. They are two different things. If you are right, you don't beg. True? T-shirts, free Abu Trika, all over the place. His wife also joined in one of those. There she is crying. What are these tears for? Is it for the fact that she has regretted that her husband had to go through stealing, sakawa, and fraud, or that the husband is innocent and is being treated unfairly? Which one? Because I am sure that she knew what her husband was doing. Whether he was right or wrong, she might be able to tell. But here she is, fresh looking, fresh body. Yet the old men and women who allegedly lost their monies to a fraudster, alleged, are shrinking and dying slowly because they have lost their money. So me, I have no sympathy for thieves. My brother, my sister, this is Abu Trika. His mother spoke. This is the mother. This is the mother blowing some things. And if you look at it properly, she's wearing a photograph, a sticker of my very good friend. Last chance. Was it second chance? Second chance. Prophet Adumche Dwia. My brother, my sister, she's also holding the holy water and the holy powder from the church and chanting that Abu Trika be freed. This is the mother. The holy powder from the church. The photo of the prophet Adumche Dria. And she is chanting that Abu Trika be freed. She's holding a placard which says, "Free Abu Trika." My brother, my sister. But when it came to time to speak, you can see on her face, it doesn't look like she's angry. Some people, when they are angry, it looks like they are smiling. Me, what I see here is smiles. Do you see smiles too? Or you see sorrow? You cannot judge the mind's construction on the face. Let's listen to her. Let's hear what she said. Watch this.
About Putika. Fredukumi. If I want to be a way, you are from channel. Wow, from Poucho, Patson. If I chow, no, can't aid when I say, my Pacho. When you be about to go, you be a Fredukumi, be a Pouch from Bonachannel. Or for treasury. About Putika. Fredukumi. If I want to be a way, you are from Bonachannel. Wow, from Poucho, Patson. If I chow, no, can't aid when I say, my Pacho. When you be about to go, you be a Fredukumi, be a Pouch from Bonachannel. Or for treasury. About Putika. Fredukumi. If I want to be a way, you are from Bonachannel. Wow, from Poucho, Patson. If I chow, no, can't aid when I say, my Pacho. When you be about to go, you be a Fredukumi, be a Pouch from Bonachannel.
Mr. President, I'm talking to you. Whatever wrong my son has committed, forgive him. He is at fault. Please forgive him. That's the translation. She started by saying, it is you who says it and it happens. That means you have the authority. Anything that my son has done that is wrong, please forgive him. He is wrong. Wafum. In other words, she probably is privy to the fact that this boy might probably be doing all these things from the past. And once the money was coming, free ride, free chobo, no problem. Maybe it's now she's getting to know that this was what her son was doing. My son is wrong. Forgive him. The wife also spoke. And thanks so much to the Prince Media. We have these videos. Watch this.
Ghana for and I do for a much I wish ya. Medamunina si fiti support and body am I fit day one. Medamunina si. Say na meka sa meka wa hey. Ebedu man penyu ho ene mpenyufo nyina ho no. Sa abo aye boni bi anase wa aye funso bi etia Ghana for. Momfa ne bone nche no. Momfa ne bone nche no na sisi ade baby edu ide. Extradition adoso. Yekita abofra. Mon shadi e koso ni na stress ayedu fiti 4 months ye 4 months ni ye hwa ye mobo ye mon fa nche ye pama chow empenyufo am wo Ghana fo mon boa ye na mon ho ye mobo me ni ama be me ntumi nka ni ama bebre shino ni maka nya ke me nkpanye fai nya na wo mobo ni nye keke awo ene penny yo ni mawe. Thank you.
Well, all she was trying to say, if Abu Trika has done anything wrong, Mr. President and the people of Ghana, forgive him. Sister, This matter has gone beyond Ghana. The president of Ghana will destroy diplomatic relations if after the court say, extradite him, and you come back and say, let Abu TRICA'S sit back. They have a deal with so many countries on extradition. If you also want some people to come here and face justice, you bring them. Russia doesn't have that with any country. So Russia cannot come to Ghana and say, bring Abu TRICA. No. But America and Ghana, they have that. And, Mami, with all respect, I would be surprised if you didn't know what your husband was engaged in all these years that you've been with him. Seeing him flaunt the money on social media. You and Abu TRICA'S mother, I'm sure you saw those on social media. None of you could ask him, what work are you doing? My father, in my days, if I went out and brought home one CD and told him that I saw it lying on the floor and I picked it, he would tell me, take me to where you pick it. He will walk with me 7 million miles and I'll show him I saw it here. He would ask everybody in the area, has anybody lost anything? Has anybody lost anything? Has anybody lost anything? You will be lucky if nobody comes out to say that no, nobody lost anything. Or right there, you go chop beatings. If nobody comes, he will still take the money and put it there and tell you, is it your money? If you want money, go to the bank. But you can't go to the bank until you work and put it there. Don't pick money on the floor. It's thieves who do that. And when I went to America and England, I saw that manifest. I was at the bus station. 10-pound note was rolling up on the floor. Air was blowing it. And about 20 people were all standing there watching. I looked at the money and looked at the guy standing there in Manchester. And I told myself, if this was Ghana, all 20 people would claim ownership of this money. Oh, it's my money. Miska. Or Miska. They will start touching their pockets first and foremost before they go and take the money. Nobody touched that money. And later I asked my friend, a white guy, why didn't anybody pick up the money? He looked at me in awe and asked, is it your money? I was so embarrassed. Is it your money? Leave it there. Let it keep rolling. The owner of the money would walk around and come and trace it and pick it up if it is not his money. The forensics. Those of you who watch forensic files, you know how they trace people and arrest thieves using forensics. But here, we do all the bad things and come and flaunt the money on social media. And parents can't ask us what work we are doing. Your son comes home with a new car. You won't ask, where is that car from? Oh, I'm a businessman. What business do you do? Oh, my friends send me cars from abroad and we sell. At least it's an excuse. But did you ask? Today, the young lady says they have a child together. President should have mercy because of the little child and her and free Abu TRICA. Mami anyanu sa. And the atai wahi muma nun koe. Kero foriata o muma nun tinao. Ghana for hunu mobo no muma nun tinao. Anyanu sa. Mu diskano. Did you think about the pain that the victims were suffering from this alleged crime? When we are brofonte, they don't feel pain. Think about it, brethren. My brother, if this video goes out there, well-meaning people watch it and say, Ghanaians can go and beg and ask the president to free alleged criminals because they have children with the alleged criminal. What kind of prehistoric country would this be? Emotions and sentiments. Well, his lawyer has gone to court over and over. He had a number of lawyers, Abu Trika. They went to court over and over. They brought all the laws in the world to be able to defend Abu Trika. Everything was thrown out because, they didn't have anything. It looks like the lawyer himself is saying that Abu Trika is truly a fraudster. But why so soon? Oh, the word fraudster is not spelled properly there. Make sure that there's a D between the U and the S. Fraudster. How come that escaped me? Fraudster. After the U, a D should come in there and it will be complete. Okay? My brother. The lawyer himself, Oliver Barker-Vormawor, has spoken. Thank you. This is Oliver Mawusi Barker-Vormawor. I love him. I went to Keta the other day and they painted a very big mural of him. I saw it there. They love him there. In fact, and recently I took time to read a little about him so that at least when I'm talking about him, I would be equipped. And I realized that he's not a small boy, Run the dossier. He's not a small boy. He went to Harvard Law School. This is Oliver Barker-Vormawor Mawusi. He's a Ghanaian lawyer, governance advisor, and prominent social activist. He is most recognized as the lead convener of the Fix the Country movement and the Democracy Hub groups that advocate for systematic governance reforms and government accountability in Ghana. As of April 2026, this month, Barker-Vormawor remains an active voice in Ghanaian public discourse while navigating significant legal challenges. Now, on the 2nd of March 2026, the High Court ordered him to pay 5 million in damages, Ghana cedis, for defaming Albert Kandapa, former National Security Minister, over allegations of a $1 million bribery attempt. And when he said this, I was one of the first to ask him, if you have the tape, play it. Up till now, the tape has not been played. So why did you make such a wild allegation? If it wasn't true, if you didn't have evidence. In April 2026, he publicly criticized the government's plan to spend $7.4 million American dollars to sponsor funds for the 2026 World Cup, calling the move unconscionable. Maybe tomorrow we will look at this properly. We will look at it. In September 2025, he hinted at plans to run for political office in 2028, marking a potential shift from activism to electoral politics. This is the most interesting part of it all. He's a senior partner at the law firm Meriton and Everett, LLP, where he focuses on human rights, mergers, and acquisitions, and regulatory advising. His professional and academic profile, big. He holds degrees from the University of Ghana, that's 1, Harvard Law School, 2, and several Moroccan universities. He's currently a doctoral researcher at the University of Cambridge, focusing on international law and tacit agreements. And he has consulted for major international bodies, including the World Bank. Did you know that? This boy is not a lightweight. He has what? Consulted for who? Who? World Bank. United Nations Development Project, UNDP. And the United Nations itself. and has worked as a legal advisor in high-profile international arbitrations, such as cases involving the annexation of Crimea. And he was famously arrested in 2022 and charged with treason felony after social media posts regarding an alleged coup attempt. And they locked him in there until he grew lean. In late 2024, he was remanded during the Stop Galamsey Now protest, where he and other Democracy Hub members campaigned against illegal mining. We all have been part of the Fix the Country, including my very good friend at the back with the red beret, Oketechie. We all have been part of this, Captain Smart. But at a point, it disintegrated. Because what I saw there was almost like a political movement that was interested in political office. But we said that Fix the Country was supposed to be non-partisan. But Fix the Country did whatever it did and achieved a lot. This is Oliver Bakavomawo. He opted out to be one of the lawyers of Abu Trika. Today, look at what he has written on his Facebook page about the trial in Abu Trika. Osajifu Oliver Bakavomawo, let's talk Abu Trika. Number one, Abu Trika was set up by an FBI informant who approached him saying he was expecting some $550,000 and that Abu Trika should help him find a bank account for them to transfer the money into. Is that a setup? Do you have the facts? How did Buju Banton go to jail? An FBI informant, police informant, approached him on a plane and they started to talk. And he told Buju that he had cocaine, which he wanted him to buy and make money and then whatever. Buju said he was not interested, but he kept calling Buju and Buju agreed and even went to test it. All this while, he was being videotaped until Buju agreed to be involved in drug trafficking. When the images were played back to him in court, he put his hands on his head and said, Lord God have mercy. Boom. It's one of the ways the FBI can trace criminals. Why didn't the FBI informant come to Blakk Rasta to tell me that he has some $50,000? He wants to find an account. You know what I'll tell him? Well, look in my account. You find cockroaches and lizards playing there. Put it there. They go chew them. You look at the person. The Congress have a saying, can I say it again? Now you look at the stranger before you prepare the meal. It's not every stranger you give gobe to. Some strangers visit you, you have to go and get a cow to slaughter through. Some strangers visit you and you give them yoro to eat. You know what yoro is? Corn. Cooked corn. How do you call it in Ghana? In Ghana. Not ekwegwemi. Cooked corn that you put oil in the nut. They put share nut butter and salt. They call it yoro or tubani. There are some strangers who visit you, my brother, and you don't even give them a room. There are some who come, you will vacate your room, you and your wife. Decorate it, paint the whole place because he's arriving. There are some who come, and you tell your children, when he comes, tell him I'm not there. So they look at you and see what you're doing. Number two, he said his share would be $13,000 if he found an account. Abu Trika went ahead asking different people because he thought he was making $13,000. Someone gave him an account which he gave to the FBI undercover agents. And he was paid 30,000. Did Abu Trika ask, where is the money from? Did he? So they gave an account, and they traced the account to who, and to who, and to who. That's where the story is sweet. This is the entire evidence the FBI provided. When Abu was arrested, the FBI came to him to give them the name of the person whose account it was. Abu didn't. Before the matter went to court, they had Iyoko issue a press statement claiming that Abu has scammed people of $8 million. There is no $8 million US dollars anywhere. We are here because of $13,000. Even if you are there because of $2, you are there. We will see. When he goes there, all of you guys saying 13,000, 2,000, when issues start to unfold and Abu Trika says he's guilty, sorry, that is when you people would see the smoothness level. What didn't Kofi Boat say? What didn't Shatawale say about Kofi Boat? Today they are there pleading guilty. Raw evidence. He's been watched for over 2 years. I wish him all the best. Yes. Now Abu was charged with conspiracy to commit wire fraud. We presented the magistrate with 80 pages of legal argument, tracing the history of the extradition treaty, showing that the offense of conspiracy is not an extraditable offense. Now the matter is under appeal, so I won't say more than that, except that in my whole life, I've never met a judge so eager to extradite a person before. Complete refusal to follow due process. Her mind was made up from day one. Hey, this thing that my brother has said as a lawyer, Harvard Law School lawyer, you should know that this is contemptuous. What you are trying to say is that the judge there is corrupt. That's it. Now the next moment, they are going to drag him, and mark my words, they will drag him the same way they dragged him for the cool comments and locked him up. And he couldn't get bail. He was there growing lean and running diarrhea. It looks like my brother hasn't learnt his lessons. Now the truth is out. Of 200 requests Ghanaians have received, all 200 have been extradited by our courts. If our courts are willing to follow the law, not to be afraid of America, Abu's case will be 200 minus 1. Shalom. Somebody approaches Abu Trika according to his lawyer. I'm expecting some 50,000 to go into an account in Ghana. And I will give you 13,000 for free. For what work done? For finding me an account. So they go around, according to the lawyer. Abu Trika finds somebody. And money was transferred into that money account. And Abu Trika got $13,000. Which he came to flaunt on social media and buy cars and build mansions, 13,000. And right after that, when Abu Trika was arrested, they chased him, according to the lawyer, and said, give us the account name. Direct us to the person in whose account you made us put that money. Abu Trika says, "Menye." But the interesting thing is that FBI traced it all to Abu Trika. It is something that he has been doing according to FBI. And his cup was full. We should stop this thing about, oh, it's only $20, so it's not a crime. It's only, should we wait until millions are stolen? People start stealing from 2 cedis. They graduate to 10 cedis, then to 100 Ghana, 1 million, 20 million. Look, the sudden rise that you expect of a thief didn't start today. It started with petty stealing, pickpocketing. Well, this is where the story ends. Mother is begging that my son is at fault. Please, Mr. President, free him. Wife comes to say, oh, you know what? Whatever wrong he has done, I don't care what wrong he has done. We have a son together. Have mercy and free him. That's all. I don't care what he has done. Even if he has killed 1 million people, please, because we have a son, free him. And Swedro boys, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 of them, free Abu Trika, free Abu Trika. When will the nation be crime-free? You are chasing politicians and saying they should be jailed. Yet civilians are joining in that thievery race. When will we be crime-free? Is the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Kukushonemo. And here, we speak truth to power. When we return, we have a final story. Hey-ya! Hey-yo! Wayo!
Blakk Pot. Kukushoda.
It's the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Kukushoda. And here we speak truth to power. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, time now to hit on the subscription button, and everything is everything. This is where the truth lives. Story number 4. Watch this. Toilet fish, Ghanaian restaurant boss jailed in the UK. It's a human interest story. Stephen Ekweoku is a Ghanaian. My brother, my sister, this man here, he went to live in the UK and he started a small restaurant there. He didn't expect that the restaurant would be that big. He was making already cooked food, fast kind of tribal food. And when we say tribal food, we're talking about Ghana food. Sometimes he made some Nigerian food. And before he realized, the business started to become big. People were enjoying the food. People could leave other places far away and come to his tribal restaurant just to eat some Ghana food. Some white people were even going there. But my brother didn't know that he was being watched for something that he was doing. He thought he was only selling food to Ghanaians and Nigerians who believed that the African Housefly is not dangerous. It is only a sign that the food you're about to eat is palatable. When houseflies start hovering around it, that's what a lot of our people think. And then, finally, he was grabbed. But what he was grabbed for would shock you. The Telegraph reported it. And it's a British news portal. The Telegraph, as you can see, the Telegraph. Ready meal chef kept mackerel in bath. And look at the bath. Where people bath, he kept fish there. Mackerel. Run the story. My brother, my sister. Firefighters called to work fire found large quantities of fish stored unhygienically. Run the story. Hey, a businessman who supplied ready meals to supermarkets and corner shops was discovered storing mackerel in the bath and by the toilet in his flat. Listen, in his flat. Stephen Ekwakum, 62, has been operating in Watford, Hertfordshire, under the name Tribal Foods for more than 3 years. The business was pursued by council's environmental health team, but proved difficult to investigate until a fire broke out at Ekwakum's flat on Haynes Way in October 2024. Firefighters were called following a work fire and discovered large quantities of fish, including on the floor of the bathroom next to the toilet. Did you hear that? Ekwakum subsequently pleaded guilty to 2 food safety offenses. He received a suspended prison sentence at St. Albans Crown Court on April 2 and was banned from operating any food business. Michael Corley, prosecuting, said the environmental health team began investigating Tribal Foods after finding its ready meals in local shops. Did you hear that? He was cooking in his own flat. And they do that. I mean, a lot of Ghanaians do that in Holland, in England, America. You know, it starts by somebody telling you, oh, I'm bringing Black Rasta to perform. And he would like to eat Ghana food. So for the 1 week he's going to be in America, his food is going to be on you. And then other people start requesting and they cook from the house and supply. That was what he was doing. And his business became big. People loved his cooking. 62-year-old man. Good chef. Then they began investigating Tribal Foods after they saw his ready meals in local shops. Now the products were judged to have inappropriately long use by dates. Listen on. The products were judged to have inappropriately long use by dates and a lack of detail on ingredients. You know what that means? You know, every product should tell you that, oh, this thing should expire by this date. If it's food, maybe a day or 2. But his probably had 2 years food. Oh, used by 2 years. That's what is called long use by dates. Mr. Corley said the business was difficult to track down. And when officers eventually managed to speak to Ekwakum on the phone, he became aggressive, accusing them of harassment. Aggressive. When food safety officers attended the flat after the fire, Ekwakum claimed all the food in the property was for him and his family. Mr. Colley said. Did you hear that? Oh, all this food you see here is for me and my family, nothing more. But watch what happened. Remedial action was taken, and the defendant assured officers they would not see tribal food products in Watford again. But weeks later, they found the unlabeled products in a local shop. You see how British people work? They never give up on you. They will investigate you till the end of time. CCTV footage showed he had made 3 deliveries to one shop in a matter of weeks. This was an intentional breach and a flagrant disregard for the law, said Mr. Colley. Ekwaku later pleaded guilty to contravening food safety and hygiene regulations and failing to comply with remedial action notice. In mitigation, Alistair Adamson said his client set up Tribal Foods, which he initially operated from a rented kitchen space before cooking from home after a period of homelessness. He was not in receipt of any benefits at that time and was relying on the business, which was not profitable at any stage, to support his basic living needs, said Mr. Adamson. George Francis Sheridan said, your little business got bigger than you could handle, and you resorted to frankly disgusting techniques. Fish on the floor of the bathroom, fish in the bathtub, and then you cook them up and sold them. You must realize that food poisoning can have very serious consequences, even death. And if that had happened, you would have been facing manslaughter charges. He sentenced Ekwaku to 2 years in custody, suspended for 2 years. An order was made banning Ekwaku from operating any food business for 5 years. Look at where he put the fish. Very close to his dirty toilet. Look at how the toilet is so dirty. That's the fish. And look at the kitchen where he made the food. My brother, some of the utensils look very Ghanaian. That's what he used. The business became so big, and he stayed in his house. When authorities called him, he shouted at them and became aggressive. Look at the fish in the bathtub. People who ate the food didn't know that this was where he was storing the thing. My brother, my sister. And in the same bathtub, he will jump in there and bath. Maybe for days, as the fish was sitting there, he will not have his bath at all. Yet he will cook you sumptuous dishes. What a wicked man. 62 years. He's been arrested. Now, why did I pick this story? Worse is happening in Ghana. The doctor tells you don't eat sugar. My brother, you can eat honey. The honey we buy in Ghana, I dare say 99% of it all is melted sugar with a little honey in there. True? Recently we heard that fried plantain chips, they add plastic to the tin to make it crispy. So when you eat a year crow, say, oh, wow, you're eating plastic into your body. You go out on the market, tablets is pure chalk that they have shaped like tablets, and many are dying. Fake drugs that don't heal anything but give you sicknesses all over the place. Let's limit it to the food. Recently, a Lebanese eating place, Mawako, very unhygienic. People were poisoned. Some stayed in hospital for so long. In one of the branches, one of the Lebanese guys even had the guts to beat up a Ghanaian and push her head into a big bowl of pepper, what we call pepper. He almost went blind. My brother, my sister, what are we eating in these kitchens? Some of the places you go to eat, find time and enter the kitchen. No wonder they always write there out of bounds. Find time. Pretend you are looking for the bathroom and you can't find. Go straight into the kitchen. You'll be greeted by mice. When I was in the UK, and my friend wanted to take me to work with him because I was bored at home. Hey, before you work at a place, you go through an orientation. If it's a place where they cook food, they tell you if you find one cockroach, report to the authorities. They will close the whole place down and deal with the one cockroach. In Ghana, the more cockroaches you have in your kitchen signify that your food is sumptuous. The more rats you see running in your kitchen, the prouder you are that you are cooking food that is so attractive to even mice. In Ghana, we sell things at the roadside next to a dirty gutter where flies are playing World Cup football. Kofi Brookman, Wache, and they tell you that the African gems are what? African gems are what? Not poisonous. Hi! Somebody told me there's a Wache seller in Nima. And the people go there, they love the Wache. And one of the reasons is that it's next to a gutter. That the gutter Wache is the best. Because before you eat it, flies would have eaten a quarter of your food. And that is good. Especially in an area where it is said Islamically that when a fly falls in your food, according to Islam, don't just take it out and throw it away. Push the whole fly into the food. Because one side of the fly, house fly, is full of poison, and the other half has the remedy for the poison. So when the house fly falls in your tea, don't just pick it up. Maybe it's the poison part. So push it deeper so that the remedy for the poison can be nullified or can nullify the poison. That's what Islam says. So it won't be surprising to go to an area that is dominated by Muslims. And it looks like some people misunderstand the whole thing, and then they decide that, oh, flies are not dangerous after all. Once they fall in your food, just push the other half into it and everything is good. On a more serious note, what are you eating? From which kitchen are you eating this? This guy just had fish by the toilet. He had fish in his bathtub. How about those that are feeding you with raw poison? Cancer. Thank you so much to the UK authorities. You have done a good job by safeguarding your people's health. We look forward to seeing this in Africa. Mawako incident. They banned Mawako for only about how many months? This guy, 5 years. And he's going to jail on top. To God be the glory. It's the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. We appreciate you and we love you. Please hit on the subscription button right after which you touch the notification bell so that each time we are on, you will be reminded to watch. Again, thanks so much to our sponsors. Thanks so much to Tesoro d'Oriente. Turn every shower into a royal experience. And thanks so much also to Millennium Insurance. And when we talk Millennium Insurance, we say your trustworthy partner. Thanks so much to Lemfi. No transfer fees. Most competitive rates. Remember, anytime you send, use the referral code 1RASTA. It's a Blakk Pot. Our numbers are scrolling on the screen. pick up the numbers and do business with us. And then finally, if you have a story you want us to, follow up on, we are more than just interested in that. Now let's take your comments and we are done for the day. Ben Azu says, it's time. Julius Omeno says, good evening, Black Rasta. Seydou Isaka says, what's up, Black Rasta? From Tokyo. Oh, okay. Moshe. Ufoma Holy Omoto says, greetings, Black Rasta. More fire. Abena Sela says, fire. Yeah. Vincent Kingsford. Bedu says, greetings, Mirasta. Joseph Dogbefu says, good job. Thank you. Osain Bedu says, come here, the Black Pot, a.k.a. Kukusho. Benjamin Sam says, morality in danger. And Ras Okoko Fisun Moon says, this is the Black Pot, a.k.a. Kukusho. And says, come here, watch this. Timbla Baji says, watching with you. McCarthy Courage says, move of fire, watching you live from Wale Wale. More comments coming in. Roberta Amenuveve says, I missed this program. Oh, Roberta, please don't miss it again, okay? Make sure that you are always with us. Godfred Kwashiga Edja says, I'm doing the listening in Dubai, UAE. Makati Courage says, more fire. Fire, yeah. Yes, flip. More comments coming in. And we have Ras Okoko Fisunu says, watch this. Ibrahim Jack says, good evening, Black Rasta. Watching you live in Lalergo. More fire. Muhammad Mutawakil says, word of the night. Kibi. I like that. More comments coming in. Good evening, Mr. Black Rasta. And this is from Kamil NDC. I think this Ken man is a wicked white wearing dress man. I need to be watched today and tomorrow. I wish I had authorities in this country and we'll just come together and jail this wicked man. He's a big disgrace to this country and black people. This man deserves punishment from Allah for destroying man's life in the last 8 years of this government, his government. Please greet Chairman Farouk FK, Chairman of the NDC in Tamale Central, and Dr. Muhammad Sharif. Okay? Thank you so much. We appreciate you. More comments coming in. Send them via YouTube and, of course, via Facebook. Abdul Halik MP for Nantong and my senior brother, Abubakar. Okay, that's a continuation of Kamil NDC's message. Francis Lumo says, good evening, sir. God bless. Wuni Ntra says, in fact, Black Rasta, keep doing what you're doing. May Allah protect you. Love you. Love you too, my brother. Matthew Akedog says, that's probation. He can't leave his home. It's like house arrest. Good. So here, probation. He can't leave his house. He's in his house. And he has that thing around his leg. So if he makes a mistake to try and leave, he's in trouble. As you were told. Muhammad Mutawake says, Black Rasta is international. Black Rasta is international lie. How can a human being laugh once a year? You close your mouth for 1 year. That's how a man can laugh for 1 year. There are some people who don't even laugh at all. I had a boss who always had a straight face. He'll be watching comedy in his house. That guy who does the comedy without talking, Mr. Bean, his face. His children will be laughing and you'll never see his teeth. Daniel Ajoyi says, good evening. And Mohammed Mutawakil says, it's a tag, not a ring. Please educate your viewers and listeners properly. He says, that thing around the leg is called a tag, not a ring. We don't have that in Ghana. Thank you for educating us. We love you, Mohammed Mutawakil. Benjamin Sam says, come here, LGBT bill. All right? More comments coming in. And Matthew Akedog says, bundle him like a bag of tobacco. Conscious Agbemenu Ahosu says, good evening, Black Rasta. Keep it blazing. Conscious Agbemenu Ahosu is laughing. Ras Okoko Fisudmun says, you are rather his best viewer and listener. Okay? Of course. And Fatao Adams is smiling. All right? Pakwesi Osu PSC says, cancer of the scrotum. Not only that, cancer of the anus. You're walking and your anus is itching. In public, you can't scratch it. So you are walking as if you are doing a zonto, but no. I go for wisdom says, one Rasta bakupe. Yes. Pese bakupe. Kuku show them all. Watch this. Come here. Dash it away. Mr. Blakk, please, this is easy one. Watching you live from Mutual. I salute your journalism, always keeping us updated. Kuku show them all. And it says, share, and share. More comments coming in from Facebook and also from YouTube. Alexander Boachiyadum says, wow, meaning Mr. Raymond is really working. And who are those thieves? And when are they going to be jailed? Mark Romeo OFORI says, Professor Blakk. Respect. More comments. Pakwese Usu PSA says, OFORI-ATTA'S is a disgrace to himself, his family and friends, political party, church, and Ghana at large. How can a statesman, a former finance minister, a cabinet minister, member of the solid team created by the former President Akufo-Addo, and a highly religious person behave as such? To the extent of being tagged around your leg, a security device in order not to run away. Oh, this is a foreign country. Simply because it's running away from accountability and justice. Oh, what a shame. It is what it is. More comments coming in from YouTube and also from Facebook. All right. And Agbova Wisdom says, Ras Okoko Fisun Moon says, the good men do live after them. Okay, the good men do lives after them. But the bad is oft interred in their bones. Shakespeare. Okay? Philip Yao Domejo says, Patriotic General, may Almighty God shower His grace upon you and strengthen you. Move of fire. Watching you from Akachi in the Volta region. Thank you so much, Philip. We appreciate you. Pat Awo says, hello, Black Rasta. Kamaldini Moro says, it seems Ghanaians, despite their shared hopes and aspirations for the future of their country, are unable to unite as a collective force to demand that if the NPP does not take a firm stance in advocating for Ken's comeback, then they should relinquish any expectations of ever being given the opportunity to govern us again. It's sad. You'll be shocked that they would rather come out and say that he should stay there. He shouldn't come. Stanford Etonam says, watching you live from Dawa. Dawa, Adan. Oh, Blakk, more fire. I know Dawa. Yeah. Dawa, nice place. Catherine Chum Entry says, this is the business they all do. What business? Businessman. Eric Ya Lopez Abankwa says, Blakk, with you, there is no room for English deficiency syndrome. One brofu, alo, uchabe. Elvis Washington Ajimanku says, Charlie Black Rasta, you may have a case, but it's so obvious you are pained anytime it comes to Shatawale. Your level of pain and bias is just nauseating. Stop this, your ill-motivated analysis. It's just thinking. We appreciate what you're doing, but your level of bias when talking about Shatawale is so evident and shameful for a man of your caliber. I am just ashamed of you. Shame. That's your opinion. And people like you won't stop me from dealing with it. If I follow you, I can't talk about anybody. Shame on you. When I talk about Baumia, you're always on Baumia. Yeah, you may have a point, but you know, when I talk about Nanado, it's the same thing. Who do I talk about that I don't passionately deal with? You sit here and see Shatta go and stand on the stage and advocate criminality. Then you tell me that I should talk about it softly. Shame on you, Eric, as Elvis Washington. Don't praise me for anything I do. I don't do anything. None of you can stop me from speaking the truth. Okay? You are free to make your comment. Everything is okay. We'll take your comment and all that. But trust me, this won't stop me. No court That Shatta says it's going to take me to would stop me from speaking my mind. I was born to speak my mind. You hear? You. F4 says very something matter. I don't understand the word, so I don't want to repeat it, and it is something that, you know. Okay? So Ras Okokofi Sunmun says, relax, bro. And then Conscious Agbemunu Awas who says, easy, my brother. And then Blakk Osman Abdullah says, fire, Black Rasta. Nasrullah Harun says, Elvis Washington, Jimanko, thank you, bro. Too much hate in pains is on to you. So you guys, do you see what these people do? You will sit here and see how they will carry all of them away. You will sit here and see how all these people will be carried one after the other. For me, I can tell you, I would always speak my mind. Jail or no jail, I would always speak my mind. And you know I have no hatred inside me. All I hate is crime. Anybody who advocates crime is not my friend. Hatred. For what? Where is that hatred? What about them should we hate? Oh, don't stop this joke. A4 years to say she's a joke. Something. Who's a joke? Ras Okoko Fisun Moon says Abu's wife speaks Ga. Oh, nice. So because she speaks Ga, Abu TRICA'S should be afraid. Okay, now I understand A4 years to talk who you are saying is a joke. Okay? So all those thieves made people look at other young people hustling as lazy. Okay, I know what you mean. Okay, all those thieves, they make young hustlers look like they are lazy. That's what he's trying to say. Let the law work. Mohammed Mutawakil says, sin is like a credit card. Enjoy now, pay later. Edwin Ofoli, Ahinakwa. Wow, powerful. What is it about you and Shatta? Your bias against him is so glazing. Why? Because I'm not a friend to advocates of crime. And stop this nonsense about, and why you and Shatta? It was me and Baumia, me and Nana Ado. Right now it's me and Shatta. You can talk as much as you want to talk, my brother. We will still speak our mind. Okay? So you see, his mother even didn't pull up in an expensive car. But here we are. She is begging for him. Ben Abdullah says, law is law. And that was Eric Atipo. And then we have Ras Okoko Fisun Moon. The mother doesn't even look rich, like a rich guy's mother. How does a rich mother look like? Or a rich guy's mother look like? Eric Atipo says, scammer lawyer and a scammer client. And it's a beautiful, nice duo. Okay. It is what it is. More comments. Ramahak says, has he ever won a case in the court of law? I don't know. Stanford Etodam says, more fire Black. Nat Kali says, as for Swedro boys, oh no, not all of them. There are a lot who don't do that. I pray they arrest. Okay, your prayer is that they should arrest everyone who is involved in that, right? Okay. Now, from the small boys of Abu TRICA to size, well, I don't know these people, so I don't want to put their names out, okay? Daniel Nyameba Avia says, it's time to have Ghana review the treaty with the U.S. See today how the U.S. is handling the OFORI-ATTA'S case, not willing to extradite him and giving him bail. What is good for the goose is also good for the gander. Abu TRICA'S case should also be fully trialed. Here, we can no longer be dogs for the U.S. Well, if the country wants to do that, no more extradition. U.S., when your people, come here and then don't expect us to give them back and vice versa. That kind of thing. It depends on how the country wants to do it. Ameto Michael says, hey, our country or nothing. And he says, nothing is bigger than the truth. Always keep the fire blazing under the black pot. And then Manizo says, good evening, Black Rasta. Come here. This is the Black Pod. And here we are, speaking truth to power. Good job, Black, from George Dele, Germany. Dortmund. Raskaba says, long live Professor Black Rasta and long live the Black Pot. A.K.A. Kukushodabo. Come here. More fire. Samuel A.O. Sunday Adedekun says, welcome, Black. Greetings from Kabuki, the old Ningo lady. Please tell Mahama that Abu Trika shouldn't be extradited. We beg him. I can't say that. I won't say that. Ameto Michael says, story number 1. Watch this. Then we have Kwamina Adebi. Adebi. Hey, there was a school in Kumasi called Adebi. Adebi. I used to live at that area. Yeah, that area. What's the name of the area? These days I forget too quickly. Where was I living in Kumasi? My God. Around that area, there was Adebi. And I remember I used to pass there. Hey, you just reminded me of that school. One of these days, I'll go and look for it. Adebi, is it still there? In Kumasi, Adebi. Adebi, Mikai. Akwetia Line. I used to live at Akwetia Line. Ali and Dauda, you know. Then I used to pass some corners there to some school around there called Adebi. There was also KTI and all that. One of these days when I go to Kumasi, I'll go and look for Adebi. Is it still there? I think it was a business school, Adebi Business. Was it in Kumasi or maybe? Okay, I'll find out. Anyway, thank you so much, Adebi. And he says, hi. We appreciate you and we love you. Henry Attia says, Blakk, you are sure Ken will come back to Ghana? Henry Attia says, Blakk, what of the follow-up of the slapping of the policeman? We'll do it. We'll try and see if we can deal with it this week. Okay? Henry Attia says, fire. Samuel A.O. Sunday Adedekun says, why is it that the African justice system finds it so difficult to jail a thief, politician, but when it comes to the common thief of a cassava, okay, who just wants to eat, they are so quick to throw them to jail? Well, your guess is as good as mine. The big politicians have money to hire the big judges and bribe them sometimes, and also get the lawyers. But the cassava thief there, nobody. It's unfortunate. It's a bad thing. Henry Attia says, for NPP, never again. Michael Nuwachi says, what's the use of the Attorney General? Common extradition to extradition is not common. Frida Yaboa says, Blakk, it's not true. Nana Addo never asked Ken to return to Ghana. Never. And he would never do it. Otherwise, he's calling for his own disgrace. Nana Addo, you see him to be a dangerous man. I can tell you that I was told by somebody very close to him that he did. And let me not go too much into detail. He did. He told him, come. I mean, what is there? Come. Frida Yabua says it's not true. That's what she says. Okay. And then Agbala says, that's why people always feel that they are the same. Okay. I don't know what you're talking about, but we'll find out. Okay. We'll take one more slide and we are done for the day. Okay. Michael Nuwachi says, useless Attorney General. Are you sure? Emmanuel Ania says, Blakk, what about Hannah's case? I haven't heard anything about this issue again. Which Hannah? Hannah. Okay, let's find out what it is. Hanan. Oh, okay. Hanan. You wrote Hannah. Maybe spelling check. Hanan's case is still before the courts. Okay? They go to court and all that. So, yeah, it's still in court. You know how our court system is. Okay? So it will also jump up soon. And we'll be talking about that again. St. Peters says, remember Victor Salome, the Deputy Finance Minister under Rawlings, who was jailed by Kufuor until he died? Kofi Sian says, Blakk, the fact is he's sick. So the only thing we want from him is to return all the monies he stole, allegedly. Okay? We want the money, not his body. Interesting. I like that. Kwejo, Ampoma says, Black Rasta, you have been ignoring the law. I don't know. Please come again so we can understand you properly, okay? Ameto Michael says, I am glad they released him so that nothing happens to him in the ICE detainee center. Okay? St. Peter says, ignoring what law? Henry Kumasenu says, I don't trust the Attorney General at all. What's that? Larry says, good evening, Black Rasta. It's time for Africa to unite. They just love the benefits they have from us. Black Rasta, we love you. And we love you too. Okay? We love you. We love you. And then Manzino says, Black, this is the last one, okay? Black, please, we want to know the department and the individuals they took the money from. George Daly, of course. Of course, we'll look out for that. If it doesn't have any legal implication, we'll certainly bring it up, okay? Enoch and Nam says, please, do you have personal issues with Abu Awa? You see? You see? The level of thought, like that other guy who was talking shatta. You can't talk about somebody passionately. You must have an issue with the person. You see the mentality. The moment you start talking about a supposed ill of somebody, oh, you have a personal beef. Those of them who do not know Black Rasta up till now, they are babies. You will soon get to know. It will take you through the school. I've always been like this. I have never changed. Look, it doesn't matter if it's my brother, my sister. That is why people trust me. Look at the number of sponsors we have on this show. Look at all of you here. You are all here for one thing, the truth. True? The truth, unbiased truth. They say if Black Rasta only says it, that is the truth. All the people who speak, they speak to us first because they trust us. NPP speaks to us first. We have never taken our camera anywhere and they said no. No. Because they know that this guy will speak the truth. That's why when some people say, oh, and Black Rasta is NDC. Oh, a few years ago they said I was NPP. Have you forgotten? To the point that Muhammad didn't even want to shake my hand. Do you remember that story? Very soon they will say again that Black Rasta is that. Even NDC people, they know that Black Rasta is electricity. When you touch it, whether you are NPP or NDC, you will get a shock. A big shock. And I'm happy about that. That's why I don't have an appointment. You think that somebody like me, people who don't even have my pedigree, excuse my bragging. They are in appointments. You think I couldn't have had it? In any government. I could have walked to Nanado to tell him, you know what, Nana, I think I can do this job. And I'll get it because of the pedigree. Do you know how many times I've been approached and I said no? So when you come and ask me questions like this, in fact, you demean the discourse. So right now, anybody, okay, so now I have a personal problem with Abu Trika, personal problem with Shatawale, personal problem with Hanan, Edubuahin, Rashida. Before this Rashida issue were like this, she could call me and we'll speak, come from the same place, went on so many different projects. But the moment criminality came in, alleged, I stepped back. That is Black Rasta. Even Shatta knows. He knows that this guy, when it comes to speaking his mind, just like him, that's how it is. He will speak. He doesn't have to have a personal problem with you before he says anything. Now I have a personal problem with Abu Trika. Somebody I've never met, I've never seen him. His shadow self I not see before. How can I have a personal problem with him? The problem I have with him is the problem that I want to see Ghana grow. That's it. Why can't you see this? I talked about Sarko the other time. Hey, you have a personal problem with SAC. None of them is anything when it comes to Ghana. Ghana is bigger. Nobody is bigger than Ghana. If Muhammad does something, and you know it. So who is Abu Trika when we can talk about Muhammad, talk about Nanado, Baumia? Don't let me say things and betray myself. Okay? So I beg you. All right. So Ras Harrison says more fire. And then Kukurek says fanfooling is a full-time job in Ghana. Every fool with money is now a godfather. Hey. I was going to say that the words are harsh. But it looks like it's a proverb. For instance, some of our proverbs ukotusa benwa yisa utu sebi. For instance, sebi. Yese ikura mitumika mame manu nyina ye titriti. Yese adia baako etumi kum adia bi. Sa uti ase. Also, anawunti ase. And the sham ye pon ana akachel mintumi kanoa. This platform is too decent. But it's a proverb. Our ancestors gave it to us. We are not supposed to be ashamed of it. But we can't say it in the presence of our children. You say, adie bi. Ba kupe no. Se udi adie ba kupe. Adie bi. Ba kupe. Adie bi. Ba kupe. Etimi kum. Langa no. So he says fanfooling is a full-time job in Ghana. Every fool with money is now a godfather. I wish I could print this. It's true. We worship money, not the source. Hey, today if Blakk Rasta comes out, say, hey, Blakk Rasta wakonye skabiu. Hey, you see Blakk Rasta he too. Nobody is going to find out, say, Blakk Rasta skanu krasaka wana, oye konya skanu and I say, okokumubina. No, they are not interested in that. That's why people can come on social media, load their money and show whatever they have. When institutions start to investigate them, then people will come out and say they are being witch hunted. What kind of head do you have? You come on social media and show how much money you have. Now the tax people are coming to you, say, oh, yeah, that's it. Sika wunya no nyina eya utua tax ana. Tax no na eya ye de nsuo mamo. Enu na ye de electricity mamo. You know, enu na ye de kwan road. Enti eya utua bia no, hey! Who are you to ask me for tax? Go away. And 20 fans will come out and say, hey, free champion, free champion, free champion. That is how we are. And if Blakk Rasta doesn't say it, who will say it? Is that how it is in America? Let them arrest Jay-Z and put it out there that is a pedophile. And it is there. How many Americans will come out and say free Jay-Z? Unless they suspect foul play. But if, look at what happened to this guy, Sakura guy, Tintino, R. Kelly, Robert Kelly. When it came out that he was involved in that nasty thing, prostitution, rape, and so on and so forth, abortions and all that, how many Americans came out to say free R. Kelly? They clapped when he was jailed, and he's still there. But I had anybody with 2 fans is a godfather. And we can't talk about them unless we have a personal issue with them. Hey, then we have personal issues, Papa. It's annoying, isn't it? Look, the number of people we've been talking about on this show. So we have a problem with all of them. When I'm talking about Edu Boahini, look at the passion. Hanan, look at the passion. I know all these guys. Baumia, I sat with him in his house. And we talked like brothers. The only thing I didn't do there was to eat or drink. They served me with water. I don't remember drinking the water. Maybe I did. But when his issues come, look at how we talk about that. Okay? Go back and look at issues. Recently, Cadman Mills, passionately. Okay? NDC, NPP. Hey, we bring their issues here and we deal with the issues passionately. Do we have personal scores to settle with all these people? Anyway, Frida Eboa says, I think Abu Trika should be tried in Ghana here. He should not be extradited. And then we have Emmanuel Ania who says, they should even jail the wife. She kept quiet and enjoyed the money with him. She knew what the husband was into, yet she was quiet, such a hypocrite. Maybe she didn't know. There are some men, they are like snakes under grass. They are doing things and you never know. Some women too are like that. So it's possible. So let's give her the benefit of the doubt. Maybe she didn't know. Okay? Elisha Kalu says, we are not in Ghana. Were we not in Ghana when pensioners were robbed of their investment and so many died? What did they say about that? My brother, that's why when I'm talking about Ken, I am passionate. Do I have a personal problem with him? They don't look at this, so. But they just want to spoil the narrative and bring one person, two people. Say, oh, they can fool you, not me. Okay? All right. So Ameto Michael says, we beg President Mahama, Abu should be jailed in Ghana here, not extradited to the US. I imagine what they are going to face there. Oh, I thought you would have said it was better to jail him in the US. That's if it's wrong. Because over there, there's snow. And in the prison, they have TV. Jail have TV in the home. Or you want him to go through more punishment. Is that what you're saying? And over there, he can learn some trade. He can even go to school. And here too, they try to do something like that. You know? So anyway. Askia Delino says, good work done, President Mahama. And Emmanuel Ania says, the mother spoke sense, and I sympathize with her. But for the wife, such a hypocrite. Ras Harrison says, are these people aware that JDM cannot do anything about this? That's what I was saying. Anyway, I want to say thank you so much. I appreciate you and I love you. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. It doesn't matter who is involved. It doesn't matter whether we have a personal or impersonal issue with these people. We will always speak truth to power. Thank you so much. Our numbers are scrolling on the screen. Pick up the numbers and do business with us. Maybe you have a story you want us to follow up on. We are so good with that. We will do that for absolutely free. Until tomorrow, same time, 6 p.m. Hey yo! Hey ya! Wayo!
Yo